Okay, so this is the library we have created, and this library now will display the data from the XLS file, right? So in XLS file we have uh, 5 rows in total, but 4 rows are for data, and there are 2 columns, one for username and other for password, right? So let me run this program now, and then see if we are able to print the result on console or not. So because this is uh, a main method, right? So I will have to run as Java application, right? So can you see this now? It is giving the 4 rows and 2 columns, and it is picking the data one by one, the username, password, username, password, username, password, username, password, like, right? So likewise, it is picking data one by one. If I do the changes in this data, let's say tomorrow, if there are more than 12 rows there, right? So it will read the data one by one, and then it will pick. So if you run this again, you will see that it is picking up all the data, and it is too fast, right? So you can read the data through this, and if there are one more column tomorrow, so that also would be fine. So if there are 2 more columns here, then also it will give me the correct result. So instead of 2 columns, it will give me now 4 columns, and all the data will be picked. So 12 rows, 4 columns, and this is, I think, row number 1. Yeah, and then row number 2, and likewise it is picking the data until row number 12. So ASDFGH, this would be the last data. Okay, so likewise you can customize your data, and it is very easy to handle the data in the Excel file, right? So if at all any changes are there, you can just do it directly instead of doing the hard coding in a test class or in any of the page class, right? Wherein you need to populate data. Okay, so this we have seen, right? So it is displaying the data correctly. Now our next task is to feed this data to our test case, right? So it would be picked from the this data provider, and it would be passed to this test case, right? So it would be passed one by one, and then basis the parameters you are passing here, it would be picked, and then it would be supplied to your email field or password field, right? So let me just do the remaining changes. So let me just delete the data first here. Let me keep some only 4-5 records for quick one. So let me delete this also and this also. Okay, so as of now I'm keeping only 4 records. Okay, and I'm just saving this XLS file and closing this. Okay, now what changes I have to do? First of all, I will have to remove this main method from here, and I'll write a method name called get data or something. So this is my method name. Okay.
Nitin,
Yeah.
Just go to the main menu again. I'll just take a screenshot from this. I want this code.
Yeah.
Scroll down.
1 second. Yeah. Let me know once it is done, Naresh. So I am now changing the name of the method. First, I am just like making it a TestNG method, right? So and then let me uncomment this all, and then what else? I will have to return the data from here, right? So I will have to add a return statement here, right? So whatever the test data I'm getting, I will have to return that. So I will return the test data. Okay, and then this is a 2D array, right? So of a string type. So I will have to add the return type here also, right? So that would be a string 2D array. Okay. So this is done. Now the method name is this, and data provider name I am giving as test data. Now coming to your test case, wherein you see the data provider is equal to test data, so that is correct. So this name should be same, right? So whatever the data provider name you are giving here, test data, this name should match with here. Now for username and password, I will have to put two parameters here, right? One for username, another for password, right? Since we have two columns in the XLS file, right? And the username picked from this XLS file will be passed to this email field, and password picked from this XLS file will be passed to this password field, and then it will try submitting the username and password by clicking it. And since all the usernames and passwords are incorrect, it will throw an error on the console, on the web application, and then it will close the application. Okay, remaining all you know, right? How we are doing that? Yeah. So as of now we are doing with Chrome driver, but yeah, I mean we can do it with the other browsers also, and we can do the parallel testing also, that we know how we can configure that using TestNG XML file, right? So now let me run this and let's see if we are all good. So let me close, let it be there. So let's run this, run as TestNG test, and okay, it is displaying the result because we have put the SOP there. So first attempt, second attempt, third attempt, fourth attempt. Yeah. So it is tried 4 times, and every time the browser is closed, and you see the very good report here, right? So every attempt it gives what all parameters it is passing. Okay. So all test cases are passed, right? So when we are actually not doing any kind of validation in terms of like whether we are getting an error or we are able to land to the next page, right? So that is the reason it is not giving any error. And all test cases are passed. And in console, if you see, the 4 test cases were run for each set of data, and you can see the test data also here, whatever the test data you are passing. Okay. And the report, you know, it would be you would see the report here also. There is a test output folder. Go to emailable report or index.html, open with web browser, and you would see the report here also. So your data provider test.login page test page data driven was passed, and this is what you are getting it, right? Okay, getting it?
Yes. Yes.
So it is, I would say it's bit complicated,